Good morning, everybody. I'm here to talk about the difference between dew skin and skin tone. This is always a popular topic of conversation when people first start diving into Beautycounter. And I have a video that I did with our old foundation, but since we have a new foundation, I thought, well, why not redo it? And some of my friends, oh, here's Michelle. We were talking about this just this morning. So dew skin is your daily SPF, okay? This is what I have sitting on my face right now. Consider this the last step of your skincare routine. Any solid skincare routine is going to have a cleanse, a tone, a treat. That would be like your serum, your vitamin C, hydration, and a protection, okay? This is your protection. This is your daily sunscreen. Now you'll notice, it's not a bright white. There are 5 shades to pick from, but it is not a makeup pigment, okay? So I want you to keep an eye on, lucky me, I have these couple pimples to give a good description. Keep an eye on this like redness, right? So as we have putting on our makeup, goodness gracious, I'm here to clarify it and then I'm gonna get confused myself. As I'm putting on my sunscreen, it just melts into the skin, okay? It has a tiny bit of pigment, but this is not makeup pigment. If you get the wrong color, it's not gonna be like a foundation where you have like that line. This is zinc, which zinc is the safest, the best form of sun protection out there for both UVA and UVB rays, so for protection from burning, but also, protection from aging and sun damage, okay? Normally, zinc is bright, opaque white. So, this doesn't look like, hey, I just put my sunscreen on, right? Like that white look that normally it takes a long time to absorb, or if you're a woman of color or have a little bit more pigment in your skin than me, like it looks like it's purple, like when Miguel puts on, he hates putting on a sunscreen because it just has this like sheen on him. So this is gonna just melt into your skin tone. It's great. But as you can see, it's not really giving me much coverage. That's not the purpose of this. This is your daily sunscreen, all right? Now, for people with really great complexions, this is lovely. It just has a teeny bit of camouflage, but it's not, putting a thick makeup on. This is your sunscreen. The other benefit of zinc, you guys, so for a lot of my friends will say, oh, I break out with sunscreen. Zinc has a really unique ingredient in that it is able to nourish and heal the skin while also sucking up excess oil. So it's a very, very effective ingredient in any type for breakout prone skin, for acne control. It's also the active ingredient in Desitin. And when you think about Desitin, a diaper rash cream, it needs to somehow heal while also creating like moisture barrier, not adding more moisture to an area that's usually always wet, right? So zinc is a great just ingredient for the skin in general, but also wonderful added sunscreen benefits. Okay. Now it's labeled as it's moisturizing coverage, broad spectrum SPF. That's a great description. But what a lot of people hear is tinted moisturizer. Now, I get the question all the time, can this be my daily lotion? The answer, unfortunately, is maybe. For most people, this is not going to be enough. Now, I'm not dry. I don't have dry skin. I never would describe my skin as dry. But I have combination skin, I have breakout prone skin, so if I dehydrate my skin, guess what? It's gonna get oilier, it's gonna break out more. And so if you don't have the right amount of hydration on a daily basis into your skin, you're gonna amplify any problems that you have. Wrinkles are gonna look worse. Hyperpigmentation is gonna look worse. Pimples are gonna get worse. If you have oily skin, it's gonna get oilier because your skin's dry and dehydrated, so it's pumping up excess oil trying to balance that out, okay? If you truly have, like as long as you can remember, always oily skin, this will probably be enough for your daily moisture. But for most people, I'm gonna advise a better moisturizer in addition to this, because this is your sunscreen. And when you wanna think of people like these 2-in-1s, I always say, think about Pert Plus, y'all. Does Pert Plus, is it the best shampoo you've ever had? Nope. Is it the best conditioner you've ever had? Nope. You try to cram some major ingredients in a bottle that do very different things and cram that all into one bottle, you're going to sacrifice in the efficacy of both. And sunscreen needs to sit and protect and protect all that goodness that we put in. Moisturizer is made to absorb and nourish and be like a daily vitamin into the skin. So those are two conflicting things that you're trying to put into one thing. So because this is zinc, because this does have hydrating properties, it is a very hydrating sunscreen, but I wouldn't like put all my, I wouldn't put all my hopes into this being my daily moisturizer and sunscreen. Okay, 2-in-1s, usually going to sacrifice some way, shape, or form. Okay, let's talk about the new Skin Twin. This is going to be very similar to the Tint Skin. We've upped the hyaluronic acid by 9 times. I always use my retractable foundation brush because it stays clean in my bag. And I usually apply here, and then I'm going to start middle, and I'm just going to work my way out. Okay? Now, I wear both most days because I have kind of uneven skin tone. I'm always working on covering a blemish or something. The benefit of the hyaluronic acid being in here is it's very plumping. So you'll notice I'm like putting it on my lips, I'm putting it on my eyes, because that helps to kind of finish off my skincare, if you will, because all the hyaluronic acid in there helps to plump up and just smooth. So everything else is going to look nicer. It's going to sit softer, and it's going to help to kind of plump up areas of fine lines and wrinkles. All right, so there we go. So now I have a much more even skin tone. I'm clearly not just done doing my makeup, but it's a lot toned down, right? My redness, my pinkiness is toned down. I might kind of tap in certain areas. If this is really bothering me, you can go in with a spot treatment if you want, or if you have our concealer pen, you can go in with that. But anywhere that I might need a little bit more, it's completely buildable coverage. It's intended that way. It's not going to give the cakey, thick makeup feel. The color that I'm wearing for your reference is 340. I'm also going to experiment with 310, but I think this is a pretty good match for me for the summertime. But 310 will be slightly lighter, and then I think that'll be what I have come the fall and winter. Okay, so that's the difference. You guys want to have any questions on trying to pick one or the other? I don't really think of them as one or the other because they are completely different products. This is the first step of my makeup. This is the last step of my skincare routine. They work so synergistically well together. If you had to pick one, do skin all the way, baby, because everybody needs sunscreen, okay? If you have a daily sunscreen that you're married to and it's safe and it's high performing, great. You don't need this. But I have seen so many people over the years that love. I was one too. Elta MD, oh my God. SkinCeuticals Sheer Defense, yeah, give me all of it. But once I started diving into the ingredients, you guys, I thought they were fine because I got them at my med spa. They're high end, they're expensive. They are great ingredients as far as performance goes. Safety is not their concern. So if you are willing to look at the safety of your products, I promise I can offer you some very effective, safe solutions. If safety is not your jam, it doesn't need to be. But if you do start, investigating that or wanting cleaner, safer, this is a really good bet. All right, that's all I got today. Bye.